Meet Sally, an adorable long-haired dachshund who is just 2.5 weeks old. Despite her young age, she is already battling pneumonia after aspirating fluid. The day she was admitted, her condition was critical. Poor Sally was struggling to breathe so much that she had to be sedated to stop her panicking. Since then, she has been receiving intensive care, including oxygen, antibiotics, fluids, bronchodilator breathing treatments, and is being fed via a tube. Day 2. Little Sally is showing signs of improvement. She's responding well to antibiotics and oxygen, but continues to regurgitate her tube feeds, which has led us to consider introducing a nasogastric tube to ensure she gets the nutrients she so desperately needs. Although she is still completely dependent on oxygen, we are giving her lungs time to heal and recover from the pneumonia. It is heartbreaking to see such a young puppy, only 3 weeks old, already having to fight for every breath. Day 10. Sally continues to hold her own, but the battle is far from over. She has started to interact with her toys, but she still gets stressed very easily, which can lead to panic attacks. We believe that there may be something more than pneumonia affecting her health, but due to her fragile condition, it is not possible to take X-rays without risking her life. So we continue to care for her day after day, keeping her comfortable within the oxygen environment. She cannot leave this bubble for even a moment, which means that all procedures, such as medication and feeding, are carried out while she remains on oxygen. On some occasions, we need to sedate her again to calm her panic episodes, where she becomes so desperate that she can barely breathe. We ask everyone to keep Sally in your prayers so that we can find out what is happening to her and eventually take her off oxygen. Day 13. The nursery is full, and little Sally is resting peacefully after another day of fighting. Day 21. 3 weeks have passed, and Sally is still in her oxygen bubble. It's a slow process, but we've seen remarkable improvements. She's now playing, biting the tubes, and breathing more easily. We've tried reducing the amount of oxygen she's given, but her body isn't ready for it yet. When we take her off the oxygen for a minute, she collapses and becomes cyanotic, which shows that her lungs still need a long time to fully heal from this severe pneumonia. We're not rushing anything, but the day when Sally can finally discover life outside of this bubble will be a long-awaited moment. Day 28. Sally is making steady progress. We've now been able to open the oxygen cage for a few seconds, and she managed to last about 15 seconds outside of the bubble recently, although she collapsed shortly after. However, seeing her little tail wagging is an encouraging sign. We had to replace her nasogastric tube last night because her body, although small, is growing rapidly, and the tube was no longer positioned properly in her stomach. She now has a new tube and continues to be fed via a drip. Sally is eating intermittently, which is understandable given that her main priority is still simply being able to breathe. Day 33. Today was a milestone day for Sally. She took her first walk off the oxygen. We are now able to allow her to stay off the oxygen cage for up to 3 minutes at a time. She still tires quickly, but most importantly, she no longer faints. Sally is getting closer and closer to the time when she can live without her oxygen bubble. Day 40. X-rays have shown slight improvement in her lungs since the last X-rays taken 2 weeks ago. However, Sally is still battling severe bronchial pneumonia. The radiologists have recommended that she continue with the same treatment plan, which includes oxygen therapy, antibiotics, and breathing treatments. Day 41. We are in a race against time to find a 10-liter oxygen concentrator for Sally. She is not improving as expected, and we need to help her lungs expand further. Sally is growing rapidly and needs a larger space that is adequately oxygenated so she can exercise her lungs. The concentrator we currently have cannot maintain the oxygen concentration high enough in this larger space, so we are splitting the room in half, but we still need a second concentrator to reach the required 30% concentration. Day 43. Sally has received an upgrade and is now in the penthouse of her bubble. She has had the chance to explore a new texture for the first time. Next Tuesday, she will have an appointment with a specialist, and we hope that this visit will be as stress-free as possible for our little warrior. Sally is settling in well and is happy to finally have someone to play with in her bubble, and that someone is me. None of the other dogs wanted to volunteer to come into the bubble, so here we are enjoying Sally's coverage together.